Hello, and let's begin with a new chapter called Lesson number 6. This is Jodie's Fawn. Now, before we start with the explanation of this chapter, we will go through a short summary of this chapter. The lesson, this is Jodie's Fawn by Marjorie Kinnan Rollins, is a story about a fawn. Fawn is a young deer baby who gets orphaned as her mother is killed to save Jodie's father, Penny, whose life is in danger after he is bitten by a rattlesnake. The story begins with Jody convincing his father to allow him to bring the orphan fawn home and raise it. The lesson takes you through Jody's journey in search of fawn and culminates with Jody befriending and taking it home with him. So let's begin reading line by line and explanation with the meanings. Jody allowed his thoughts to drift back to the fawn. Drift back means go back to. Fawn, a young deer baby, he could not keep it out of his mind. He has held it in his dream, in his arms. He slipped from the tables and went to his father's bedside. Penny lay at rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. Dilated means enlarged. Jody said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" "Just fine, son. Old Death has gone thriving elsewhere." Thriving means the action of stealing. But wasn't it a close shave? Underline close shave, it means a narrow escape. "I agree," Penny said. "I'm proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed." So here we will do the explanation of this paragraph. Jody could not keep the fawn from appearing in his thoughts again and again. He tried to steer his mind away from the fawn but was not successful. He dreamt of lifting him in his arms. Eventually, he went to his father's bedside where his father, Penny, was resting. His eyes were open and seemed clear, but the pupil was still dark and swollen. Jody inquired about his father's health. He further added that it was a narrow escape from death for his father. His father told him that he was proud of of the fact that Jody did not lose his composure and did all that was necessary while staying calm. So here we will continue on the next page. Pa, yes, son. Pa, do you recollect the doe and the fawn? I can never forget them. The poor doe saved me, that's certain. Pa, the fawn may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared. I suppose so. Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn and bring it here and raise it? Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. Boy, you got me hemmed in. Hemmed in means caught in a situation where one can't say no. It won't take much to raise it, Pa. It'll soon start eating leaves and acorns. You are smarter than boys of your age. We took its mother and it wasn't to blame. Surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. Son, I can't say no to you. I never thought I'd live to see another day. So here we will continue with the explanation. He then asked his father if he still remembered the doe and fawn, to which Penny replied that he can never forget this unfortunate doe that saved his life. Jody conveyed that Jody conveyed his concern regarding the fawn who might still be out there. He might be starving and scared as he was separated from his mother. His father too agreed with his Jody's concern for the fawn. Further, Jody stated that he can take care of him and he does not need to drink milk as he is a grown up boy now. Jody also told his father that if allowed, he would like to bring the fawn at their place and raise it too. As his father looked at the ceiling, he conveyed how Jody had put him in a situation where he is unable to say no. Jody tried to pursue him further by pointing out that it would not require a lot of efforts to raise it, and it will soon grow up to eat leaves and acorns. His father added how Jody was smarter than the boys of his age. Jody pointed out that since they killed its mother, it would not be pointed out that since they killed its mother, and it would not be justified to leave it to fend for itself. His father too felt that it would be ungrateful on their part to let him starve. Penny could not say no to Jody as he had lost all hopes of living to see another day. So here I end up with the first part of this chapter. We will meet in the second part. Till then, goodbye.